Okay guys, today I've got a good treat for you. I'm gonna be working some Tallahatta quartzite. I had a request in the comments to make this from start to finish out of a spall-ish looking piece. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me get this here. And start with a big bopper. I got our abrader, and I think pretty much everything we need. All right, start to finish, here we go. Big old, not really for me, but a nice piece of Tallahatta. So where's our center line at? Well, this is too low, this is too high. Pretty simple. Gonna braid down. Notice I'm braiding way longer than I typically would. With Tallahatta, you gotta braid it. This is gonna overshot, I already know. Well, it didn't. It did good. You'll get these little areas here, well, where your flake shot into. That area will come out. It's just a part of the nature of this stone that it can get a little hingy. So be forewarned. You have been forewarned. See there? It'll come out. Just gotta work it, and it keeps going, keeps going. Anyways, I love Tallahatta. I got this stone from Jonathan Johnson. Really great guy. I think he just got a new batch of Tallahatta ready to go, ready to ship, so go ahead and get yours while you can. And in my opinion, he's got some of the best, if not the best, Tallahatta there is. So get it before it runs out. So we've got a weird thing going on here. This is the Quartzite, or the outside of the rock. Most people call it Quartzite, but really for this particular stone, all it is sandstone. This rock forms out of sandstone in Mississippi and in West Alabama and in lower middle Alabama. Should have braided more. That would have been a great platform too. That stinks. There we go. That was a little better. Okay, what are we gonna do here? I don't know what I want to make yet. I'm trying to build a case of Tallahatta points, and I've got a bowline and a pickwick. So I've got to add a ton more points to it. It takes a while to pick those off sometimes. Now I'm gonna raise this edge because I need to get this mess off here. See how a lot of that flaked off right there? No, just a braiding. Look at that. Yeah, I told you it'd come out. You gotta braid. This stuff is finicky. Now this is already prone to, yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Looks like it goes in a little further, but not to worry. Usually the rule of thumb with this material is if you feel like you might need to abrade a little bit, even a little bit, abrade the mess out of it. Most of the time, it needs it. I'll catch that, it's not a big deal. But I do love this stone. It's really located about an hour from where I grew up originally, my hometown, so it's pretty cool. A lot of points out of this material as well. It's really abundant. Beautiful. Looks like it wrapped a little bit here. A lot. We got to taper the point in. I have an idea what I want to make, but I know we need a taper tip for sure, so that just helps us. Okay. And I'm very curious how deep this little booger runs. And we're gonna find out. And there's a hinge here too. This could be bad. You know, it might hold together. Maybe. Oftentimes at the base, I like to hit like pretty much this direction, that direction. Boom. And it'll run the whole back edge. There's a little tip for you. Now, I could run this platform into the base, but it's gonna hinge out here if I were to hit it. So what I'm gonna do is run this area here first. This area first. Perfect. Nice clean flake. That's what we're looking for right there. Take care of this one here. Take care of this one here. All this was below the center line. And it left some hinges, but we'll catch those. Remember, we still had this platform. Good thing we held on to it. As many cops go by. Working from the tip. Now this is where the little booger area is. I think we can get around that, I think. So we're gonna try. Might as well try. What's it hurt? Now, I'm making some intentional step fractures here that I'll be able to get out very easy. But you gotta know what you're doing. You know, a lot of new guys who just come to this material, this side's perfect. So we're gonna raise it and flake back into here. A lot of new guys, when they get this material, they're gonna be shocked and be like, oh my goodness. This is just the worst material I've ever tried. It just breaks and it just, well, I worked Alabama Coastal for the past 3 years. It's all I've known, lived and breathed. Coastal Plains Church. And in my humble opinion, I think that working coastal plain shirt is some of the most difficult stone you can knap, especially starting off, and especially raw. And after getting pretty good with coastal, I started some Tallahatta, and I was terrible. I was absolutely terrible. It's just a learning process. That's all it is. Now I shouldn't be setting up one mega platform, but of course I'm doing exactly that. Mega platform. Where's my in-between? Here's my in-between. I don't need that digging anymore. Let me abrade this again. See how some of that came off? That would have ruined my whole platform. Look at there. Perfect. Beautiful. I think I have a good idea of what I want to make. Now we got to catch this area. And always abrade your little feather flakes. You know, when you're feathering into the stone. With this material, always feathered in. I know some of you, if you try this material for the first time, you're going to be needing tips like that. For sure. Good flake. Need to make one more here. This side, I just got to catch it here. I'll be fine. So let's start right here. Now the base is pretty thin, and it's where this Quartzite is, so it's a little crumbly. Don't expect too much out of me here. Yeah, did okay. Not amazing, but it did okay. Let's see if we can do better than okay. Nope. Can't do much better than okay. Okay is pretty decent, apparently. I'll have to live with okay. That's not what I wanted to hear. This side's pretty good. It's just this side here. Now I definitely know what I want to make. Definitely. Now y'all probably already know. Unless I break this point, then I might not post it. But I got a good idea what I'd like to make. What I think I can make out of this. We're catching that original hinge. I'm also feathering the tip, tapering the tip. That's good. That's good. This is the only area that I'm concerned about. at the moment. This is going to get some of it, I think. And it didn't. Oh, okay, it did. It got a little bit. A little bit. Okay, this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. It's not going to be a wide point. It's going to be a good deep south point, assuming everything holds together. There we go. All right. Alright, it's fine. And I need to catch this area here. Okay. Well, I had to try to get it from the base. See if this works. No. Oh, it did. Okay, it ran. Thank goodness for this material. It'll jip me out a little bit. Tricked me. Again, keep in mind, a lot of these areas can be picked out like that. If you give it a little bit of love. But what I'm gonna do is try to get right up there to it. And see what I can do. I don't know if this will work, but let's pray. No. Come on now. There we go. I can flake the rest of that out. Perfect. That's all we needed. Well, I told you I'd flake it out. I will. I'll do a couple passes and get that later. All right, perfect. Perfect. Now there's a little hump here. Okay, I'll pressure flake most of that out. Let me move these here. And let's see what we can do here. Now the base is good. This tip, still got to be careful with. especially right here. And that ran right by this kind of miniature seam. Oh, we got it out. Well, not out, but it's enough where I'm happy with it. I'm not going to switch to indirect percussion on this point. I do that for a reason. The Abbey point, which is what I'm going for, aren't known for how thin they are. They're known for their 4-way bevel. That means it's beveled on all fours, both directions on both sides. Some Clovises are like that sometimes, but not always. I'll put it this way, I've seen Clovises with the type of flaking that an Abbey has. That's probably more accurate. So if anybody's out there, don't get on my case too bad. Now here at the tip, I gotta be careful, real careful. I'm not gonna overdo any of that. Okay, you know what? I'm about done risking it. So I think I'm gonna do some pressure flaking and call it. So there's my preform. Pretty nice. I like it. I think it's okay. Pretty translucent too. I don't know if you can tell from the video. What are we at? 20. All right, we're gonna do the whole shebang right here. 22 minutes spalling her out, and another 20 to 25 minutes, probably no more than an hour. We're gonna finish this point so it doesn't break. So we need this here. I know I need my indirect stick here. Definitely. I know I'm gonna need some of my pressure flakers. One, and this one's pretty much ready to go. Okay, here we go. We're gonna taper this in. Actually, before I taper it, I'm gonna work on the base. I'd rather get that done first. Now, that indirect stick is gonna be too much pressure. I may use it on occasion, but this thing will break so easy if you are not careful. You'll get tempted so easily because it's like, oh yeah, it's tough material. I gotta use that hefty flaker, which I will use on certain strikes, like this. Like that. But I'm not taking a risk of breaking this point, because it will break. This, if there's any material that'll break whenever you're pressure flaking, it's some ultra heated stone or it's Tallahatta, because it's just weird. That's all I can say. It's weird. Things. Quartzite is some weird stuff. Yes, I could use indirect percussion here, but like I said, I'm not getting it any thinner. Don't need to, and don't want to. Now, I lied to you. I said I'd use my pressure flaker pretty much exclusively, and I'm using my issue stick. Well, had a change of mind. I think this will work a little better. This one, I'm gonna use this. Whoops, could have been bad. You don't want to over abrade your pressure flaking strikes. Anytime you want to abrade enough, but not overly. Just a normal amount, really, as you pressure flake. You know, nothing over the top. Kind of setting up a platform for this, which I did need to abrade. There's that chalky pocket. Did okay. So I don't mess this up on the way back. I'll go ahead and take care of some of that there to give me a good angle. Okay. So I'm sharpening the edge, but I'm also bringing the point in a little bit because Abby's were, I think my dog saw something. Should be okay. Half the time he's just seeing something far away. Person. If he sees a squirrel or a bird, he's gone. So it's definitely a person he's seeing. Thought I threw my pressure flaker down here. Let me see. It'd be funny if y'all could see it and I couldn't. You probably could. It was right there. Huh. What was I needing it for? I think right here. Yeah, I told you I'd get that out eventually. I got most of it. There, I got all of it. See, look at there. Pretty intuitive. Pretty smart. Now, Abbey points were not super thin, so I don't mind drawing this in a little bit either. This is where that kind of seam was. So I'm just being a little careful as we go around it. Now, typically I don't drive in, but there I felt like it was needed. This is a tricky area. Perfect. There's one area I was concerned about there, but it worked out. Okay. Got some pressure flaking done. See if we can shape the base up just a tad. This back edge wanted to be a little funny with me here. Trying to remember how I made some in the past. Okay, we're getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, I think that's pretty close to what I'm looking for. There we go. Now just one more in here. It's about what I'm looking for. All right, got one side done. Sorry, I was kind of focused. Whoops. There, I wasn't focused, but. Let's see. This might do more damage than anything. Yeah, it didn't do no good. Because now that's wanting to pop off. Okay. Well, popped off some of it. Okay, so we got a really odd spot here. So this is where one of my tips comes in handy. You take one of these big old files here, and what you're gonna do, just come right in there. And make you a little platform. Make you a platform. Get you a sharpened tip. Come back and be very careful. And it worked. Sometimes that's your last option. And whenever you're out of options, that's a good one to use. Is that right there? Okay, so we got the base pretty much round together how we want it to be. With maybe a little more work to do on the edge, things of that nature. But now we're going to work on the blade itself. Okay. So here, might actually switch down a thing here. Okay. Now, like I said, Abbey points were pretty thick. They weren't incredibly thin. And most had a 4-way bevel. So let's consider that just for a second here. This copper isn't amazing. I might use the other one here. Other flaker. kind of giving it a little bevel. Now here I gotta be careful. That's where this internal seam is. And watch what happens when I get it closer to the tip. I'll do this kind of in a Florida style, where at the very tip, I mean, I'm gonna almost change directions completely. Almost change directions at the tip. Same thing on this side. And again, I could, and if I wasn't on video, I'd probably thin out every single area before I go ahead and do a double bevel. But for the sake of y'all's time, no sense in all that. And here at the tip, almost go the complete other direction. So now it's starting to shape up. Now we're starting to see an Abbey in there. Now we're going to do a slight bevel. Slide bevel. And I'm going to take this, sharpen it up a tad, and go back the opposite way. Try the other side here. Starting to get a little warm in this jacket. Starting to feel it. Okay, all right, now that we got our shape, now I'm just gonna tidy up the edges just a little bit and we're gonna be done. I mean, I'm not gonna fool around with all these little hinge things here. That is just unnecessary. What I will do is I'll take this little tool right here. What I mean by fool with these hinges, I'm not gonna shoot flakes up into them. I'm gonna pick them out. Because 50% of the time, you can flake it out. Other 50% of the time, that's just too bad. So this is able to help a little bit when you do have a hinge. You can sometimes pick out the areas where there's a hinge. Like I said, this isn't the best tool. You know, I might even use a screwdriver. And that might even be better. Gotta sharpen it first, of course. Anyways, okay. Well, let's finish out the edge work here. I'm just gonna go back with just a copper flaker. Just kind of make the edges even. Now, I think this shape is coming out pretty good. Go to this side. Okay. Nearly done. We'll have a nice Tallahatta point. A lot of Abbeys were made out of Tallahatta quartzite. A ton. So I think this point style fits the material well. Really do. Okay, now I'm gonna tidy up this base just a tad. And I think what I might do is come in here, expand these notches just a tad. Give the base a little more pop. Kind of evening everything out as well. Peach, you learned your lesson yet today? Just like that, everybody has a different style of Abbey, but I think this one's just fine. I think it'll work out well. And did we get it in under an hour? Oh yeah. 53 minutes. I'm just doing a little tidy work, nothing crazy. Risk it. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty much done. I don't see anything else that I really need to do. So take my flat braider, kind of get into that little area. Now some people make them, you know, this is more of a first stage Abbey rather than a later stage Abbey. So if y'all have questions about that, let me know. Or if you think it looks off. It's just a first stage. Pretty much. 4-way bevel, meaning it almost looks like a slab on the side. Looks like you worked a slab is easy way to remember it. And got a really nice point. So pretty happy with how that turned out. Hope you guys are too. And trying to get a quick thumbnail here. Move my hand out of the way. Should have moved this hand out of the way. What do you think? What do you guys think? How's that? Is that a good enough thumbnail for you guys? All right. Well, that'll do it. Appreciate y'all. And hope you have a good day. Hope you learned something. And yeah. See you on the next video.